Welcome back to the Plus Money Podcast, your home for the best soccer bets in 15 minutes or less. We are into the business end of the Euros knockout football for the rest of the way. 16 teams left. We're down from 24. We've got our top two and our four third place teams. We've got a couple upsets in there. Shout out Romania. Shout out Georgia. This is the first time I remember either of these teams ever in a knockout stage for Georgia. I think it's the first time ever for Romania. It's been a very long time. I'm Andrew Passaro. Joining me today is Nick Dianni. You can follow him at Nick Dianni. You can follow his podcast, the Kicks and Picks podcast at Kicks Picks Pod. You can follow me at Andrew Passaro. You can follow the show at the Plus Money Pod. It's up, it's down. I feel like every day we have a good day, and then we immediately follow it up with a bad day. So if you're tailing us on the right day, you're up, and if you're tailing us on the bad day, I apologize. So, it's tough. It's tough in these streets. Morning
Quite,
Euros, afternoon Copa.
dude, quite literally everybody that I talk to, everybody I interact with is the same. It's the same thing. A lot of upsets you mentioned, right? I don't know too many people that had Portugal losing outright to Georgia, right? Like that's just one of
Mhm.
those you kind of chalk it up to Georgia. Shout out, that's just one example, but I couldn't agree with you more. It's one great day, 3-0, 4-0, followed by an 1-3, 1-4. I don't know
Yeah,
how it happens,
just
but
another constant reminder that this is not a science and this is pure dumb luck sometimes. I do wanna pat myself on the back for I thought I said Georgia could do something and maybe get into the group stages on our preview pod. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I had it written down. It might not have made the show. Um, but look, we're kitted up. I'm jacketed up. We're nervous. We got a big there's only one place to open. It's the first game of the weekend, Italy, Switzerland. Um, and I don't have a good feeling about Italy. We've watched three games. We've seen a few goals. We saw an absolute beatdown. Um, I've got three props,
ooh,
and only one of them involves Italy. Uh, I'm gonna I'm gonna give out both teams a score. It's hitting all three Switzerland games, and it's hitting two out of the three Italy games. At plus 114, I think that's the best odds you can get as anyone who's trying to bet Italy in this game. I don't know why Italy are the favorites because Switzerland hung with Germany, who, by the way, Germany, the line moved to plus 550 for them to win the tournament. And I am considering investing in that
yes,
after seeing
yes.
three games of them. Switzerland draw no bet at plus 134 feels like free money, even if they take Italy to that's a win in regulation or a draw gets a draw basically gets you your money back.
Yep.
So I'll be taking that. And last and certainly not least, I'm going to take Switzerland 11 shots at the game at plus 110 because I kind of feel like they're going to control possession. I know Italy changed formation and finally played that 3-5-2. I wanted them to play, but with the wrong personnel. So I have bad feelings. There are no managers I trust in international football, but Italy does not have one of the like two that I actually like. So that's where I'm at.
Think you're 100% spot on. We talked about it in the preview pod, right? It was going to take 4 points for Italy to get out of this group. I thought 4 points meant they were going to be a third place team. So
Me too.
pleasantly surprised that they made it into second. And the way the bracket fell, it's actually pretty favorable. So, I'm torn between my love for the team and trying to readjust expectations to say that, hey, hold on. If Italy can figure it out, this isn't a dream scenario. I think finishing second place, playing the Swiss, probably the best you could possibly hope for. But that being said, you nailed it. The Swiss are just a more organized, more compact, more of a unit right now. Italy has a lot to figure out. No goals from forwards. We knew that would be an issue coming in. I don't think anybody really expected Skamaka to be this bad. But as always, you don't even really need to bring me on as a guest because the first play you give out is the play I was ready to give out. Both teams to score, plus 114. That's awesome. I saw it at plus 110. Again, shop around if you can. But that to me is the no doubter bet for this match. I think 1-1 is absolutely the minimum we can expect in 90 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, it's gonna be. I feel like it's Swiss and Croatia. The Swiss and Croatia every tournament kind of get overlooked, and we just forget how much quality there is
No,
on those players of just oh yeah that guy's on this team, this guy, and also national pride for some reason. I mean, Granit Xhaka has been one of the best midfielders in the world for
no.
probably the last 18 months to 2 years, and goes overdrive. Um, when that Switzerland jersey comes on.
Man,
Jumping
and
to
I'm sorry, just before you jump, I don't have a line for it. I don't, it's not available to me, but if you can get Donnarumma saves,
oh yeah.
that's been an absolute house of a bet for 3 games. It's been set at 2.5. I'm more than sure they've adjusted that to 3.5 for this one. But just be on the lookout for something like that because this guy comes up big every single game,
Uh,
especially if you're taking Switzerland shots.
Italy keeper to make 3 or more saves plus 115 on FanDuel.
That would be my equally favorite bet as
Yeah,
both teams to
I
score.
I love that a lot. And I'm sure I can click one more button and tell you that if he makes 4 or more, it's plus 270.
I like that as well.
Yeah. Okay. Germany, Denmark, the host taking on one of the 3 teams in the tournament that I wish we could just eliminate automatically. That entire Denmark, England, Slovakia, Slovenia group or Serbia group, excuse me. Diabolical. Just get them off the board right now. Germany team total over 1.5. I hate giving out a team total over 1.5 at not a plus number. I usually
Yeah.
don't see the point of it, but at minus 115, the Germans scored 2 goals in the 2 games that they really 100% tried for, and this Denmark team kind of is washed, in my opinion. Germany and over 1.5. Money line and over 1.5 is at even money plus 100. And Musiala score or assist at plus 150, I feel is incredible value for the guy who's been kind of everywhere for Germany. 2 goals in the first 2 games. He did start in the third game, but I don't trust this Denmark team to kind of get anything in this game. I think what did they advance on 2 points, 2 draws, and then a lot,
Yeah.
and then or three. I think 3 draws
Three
or
draws.
three
Yep.
draws,
Yep.
3 points, 3 draws. I'm sorry, that's not good enough. That's
Excuse
not
me.
good enough to go up against this Germany team, in my opinion.
Um, I agree and I disagree. I agree that Germany has maybe looked the best of any of the favorites so far. They're at home, huge advantage. I do like their team total in this one. I also like Denmark's team total over half a goal. So
Oh,
Denmark to score minus 130. I think they scored in 2 out of 3, and they certainly could have scored against Serbia. I think they were a little unlucky to not get a goal in that game. And Germany's defense hasn't looked impenetrable, right? They gave up a goal to Scotland, up a man. Granted, that game was out of hand, but that's not a goal you want to give up. They gave up a goal to the Swiss, right? And they were losing the majority of that game. So I think in a knockout round, Denmark, I don't necessarily think they're going to roll over completely. They've shown, they haven't lost the game yet. So I like them to get on the score sheet here, minus 130.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I don't see how Germany don't start Fulkrug. He's looked.
Yeah.
You gave out the prop at the beginning of the tournament too, so you're
Yep.
begging for him to start. If I'm reinvesting in Germany to win the tournament, I'm begging for it. Moving to the most disappointing team of the tournament, and it's England. They're taking on Slovakia. Um, I'm gonna say what has been said a million times, the millionth and one time. Gareth Southgate doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Yep.
As no, it's a quote one of the all-time great strikers of our generation. You can't drive a Ferrari like a Fiat. You have to run like put your foot on the throat, run attacking football.
Yep.
I'm not even English. I'm just a Trent Alexander-Arnold defender, and I'm tired of my boy getting slandered. Slovakia plus 1.5, plus 1.25, minus 125. This game is this
Yeah.
game is ending 1-1 or going 0-0 and penalties. Harry Kane already came out and said, "Oh, we might need penalties." Do that in an English accent, like
Loser mentality.
loser mentality.
Yeah, listen, you're right. Southgate is a disaster. The English tax, we talk about it all the time, but it's the media machine for England. It's obviously a ton of people watching the Premier League. It's the fact that, you know, they've been betting on games, they've been betting on England, in this country a lot longer than the rest of the civilized world, right? So they're always gonna take a good handle. They're always gonna be a darling. We got to go with shots in this one because I agree with your bet, but I cannot back anybody in England to score. I think that Jude Bellingham to get a shot on target is even money. That's a solid bet. I think Harry Kane to get 2 shots on target, it's plus 140. It's right on the edge because I think he hit it the first 2 games. He didn't hit it the last game, but plus 140 for 2. They have to be looking for him at this point. They have to be.
Yeah,
He's not coming out. He's going to be featured. Those are the 2 guys I'm kind of singling out in this game.
yeah. I mean, big game players. Jude everywhere when Real needed him most.
Yeah.
So I like what you're cooking up there. Spain, Georgia, you know the the matchup we all predicted. Spain looked really good. 3 wins. Um, very a different Spain, not tiki taka. The two wingers look excellent. I love Nico Williams. You mean Lamal, absolute problem. 16 years old. I was 16, had problems talking to women. He can do amazing things with his feet. All right, here's where I'm going. Georgia gave up a ton of shots in the 3 games that they played. 22, 27, and 22 across the 3 games. Spain, 20 shots in the match, minus 105, 21 shots, plus 135.
Yeah.
Give it to
Hell
me.
yeah.
Give it to me. This Spain team is going to choke them out. They're going to be down their throat, anaconda style.
Yep.
This is not going to be pretty. Spain beat Georgia, I think 7-2 in a qualifier for either World Cup or Euros in the last 18 months. And I remember that because I remember betting on that game. And I think I only took Spain in over 1.5. And I was like, I'm a fucking idiot. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, I think my Georgia plus 5.5 was a loser. So yeah, it's a tough one.
um,
No, you're on the right track here. That's actually that's a dynamite bet. Just to level set for anybody to get any value in Spain, you need to go like a team total over 2.5 to get
nope.
plus 105. And I
Mm,
mean, should they score 3? Absolutely. So I think Andrew's right on. I'm gonna give you a bet that like I'm not saying go out and take it. I'm just giving a spot that I think has some good value, and that's Spain to score a penalty plus
Ooh.
265. I think, to your point, Williams, Yamal, these guys are going to be running at Georgian defenders all day long, getting in the box, creating havoc, 20 plus shots as we expect. Would not shock me to see this Georgian defense give up a penalty kick, and I think plus 265 is a really solid number here for Spain.
Yeah, I like that a lot. For the record, it was 7-1 that Spain beat Georgia. So
Yeah,
yeah, not great. France, Belgium, another team that is disappointed. I will say we've reached the Monday games, which means that line availability of certain props has
limited.
dwindled, which means if you're not following, you're missing out on everything else. So make sure at Nick Dianni, at the Plus Money Pod, at Andrew Passaro. Um, I did have this game happening on the other side of the bracket, which is in the quarterfinals. Um, so ironic that we are in fact getting it. Um, I got a trap line for you. I got 2 trap lines for you. France money line at minus 115. I'm I'm I'm
Yep.
walking into it. I'm walking headfirst into it. In France team total over 1.5 at plus 125. Um, Belgium's defense stinks.
Yeah,
They're they are
for sure.
they are
Their offense
not.
stinks too.
Yes, that is also can confirm not good. Um, I but France are somehow going to struggle in this game. Whether Deschamps is going to play too defensive of a lineup, continue to play Mbappe as the 9. I don't know what I don't kind of don't know what they're thinking formationally, whatever. And Deschamps is like one of the 3 or 4 international managers I actually kind of rate, and I'm kind of losing patience with him because again, you have an amazing squad, and they haven't looked like it just yet.
They've been the disappointment of the tournament, I think, considering how good the squad is. Mbappe obviously getting hurt. I don't think they planned for that. Dembele's looked terrible. They got guys on the bench that should at least get some game time over the course of
Yeah.
3 games. Uh, Camavinga, Tchouameni come to mind. Griezmann really hasn't featured like 90. Giroud, I don't know if he's even gotten in there. And I mean, at this point, give him a little bit of a shot.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. France, a minus 110 on DraftKings currently. That's, if you're getting France at or close to even money, you take it. You don't think about it. Doesn't matter that they've looked bad because the 3 games before this don't matter, right? And Belgium hasn't looked good. So you have to kind of take France there. The number's way too good to pass up. The long shot here that I'm looking at is Lukaku, 2 shots on targets, plus 300. He's hit in every single game. All 3 games, 2 or more shots on target. And that's not including his VAR goals that don't count.
Yeah.
So obviously France is going to be a little bit of a tougher test. Their defense is much better, but you can't really argue with Lukaku's results in terms of his work rate and getting chances. So plus 300 is that this was even money the last game or the game before. So to me, that's a spot where you take a little bit of a shot.
I love that. That is such a great stat. Portugal, Slovenia. Portugal have looked good. Um, Even in the matchup against Georgia when they went down, I feel like they knew they didn't have to fully go for the
Yeah.
game, but they still kind of pushed. I don't really hold that against them. They obviously rotated. My big concern with Portugal is just that 3 games, 3 different formations. Roberto Martinez, figure it out, bro. Um, so I don't love that. I'm waiting on shot props to become available. They were not available when I went to go do my card last night. I'm looking for specifically if I can get Portugal at close to even money at anything over 18. I
Okay.
love that. Similar to the Spain one. If I can get them at 20 at like minus 105, minus 110, then it's playable. I don't love doing like a team money line and over 2.5 in a knockout game. It
Right.
doesn't it doesn't
Right.
give me a good one. And like Slovenia is gonna pack it up, play for extra time, play for penalties, whatever. So I just kind of expect Portugal to be dominating. So if you want to look at Portugal corners, you want to look at Portugal shots, I think you're just gonna have a team that's sitting 4 5 deep, waiting to get run over is the wrong term, but low
Yep.
block, and you're going to see a lot of shots from distance. And you've got the guys on Portugal that I can make that. And when you have Cristiano in the middle, you've got a
Yep.
target striker that you can throw the ball into because he can jump higher than everybody else.
Mhm.
But so I feel bad waiting to give you guys anything, but I'm not going to give you something I don't like today.
Yeah, the only thing I looked at here is both teams to score plus 130. I think that's a big fat number for Slovenia to get on the score sheet. They scored in 2 out of the 3 games. They've looked much better. I don't know too many people that had them advancing and being in this spot. So is it unreasonable to think that they can get a goal? No, but I'm kind of with you, Andrew. Like this, not yet at a position to give out like, oh my God, absolutely love this bet. This is what we have to take because the numbers don't really line up anywhere else.
Yeah, like I mentioned, we're getting to the later part of the week here, and or later part into the game week, so we're not cooking with full lines here.
No.
So don't hold that against us. Just find our picks on socials. Romania, Netherlands. Shout out to Romania. Um, did not expect them to get this far. And the Netherlands, another disappointment. Um, I'm again gonna throw this on Ronald Koeman. Can't manage his way out of a paper bag. But losing your 2 best midfielders days before the tournament in Coop Miners and Frankie De Jong. Probably not good. But Netherlands have a good break to try to get to a semi, maybe even get to a final. I think if they somehow put it together, they can get themselves there. I'm going both teams to score here at plus 122. Romania have been plucky, and this Dutch defense has, as good as they have been, they also haven't giving up 3 to Austria. Um, but I think Romania can go. Will go for it at some point because frankly they've exceeded expectations, and who cares if you lose 3-1 in this one?
Yeah, listen, I'm with you 100% there. I think you mentioned, right, we don't like to give out overs too much in knockout matches, but I think this is a situation where teams will be scoring. Over 2.25, actually, the Asian total is at minus 135. So if you get
Ooh.
2 goals, you push on half your bet. Obviously, if you get 3 goals, that's a win. I think that's very playable. I think Romania plus a goal and a quarter is minus 135 as well. I kind of think they keep it close. I don't know that Netherlands beats them by 2. Similar to Italy, they're having a real issue here. Forwards on scoring. Um, Memphis. At what point do you bench Memphis? I don't know. I think like that's a conversation nobody really is looking to have. Where Gakpo is looking like your best attacker, and he's not really a true striker.
No,
So
no, he is fully proving he's a left winger, Arnie Slot.
yeah,
Just so you know. But yeah,
yeah. So I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. Memphis has not shown up. You got Weghorst, who I rate. I think he's actually a solid player. He really hasn't gotten much time. Xerxes hasn't gotten much time. So
he's not on the team.
um,
He didn't get brought to the tournament.
no, 100% he did.
I swear to God,
I'm
he's not
pretty
on the
sure he
team.
was an addition after the guys got
Oh,
hurt.
okay, but then he
Almost
wasn't.
positive.
I'm checking rosters because I specifically remember looking this up and I was like, why would you not bring him? Let's go. Okay, Austria
Hey, man,
lineups.
we're gonna see if I'm just full of shit and you guys should fade everything I say.
That's not what I'm saying.
No,
I'm
I'm kidding.
saying
I'm kidding.
I'm fully
I,
saying what the hell are they doing? Okay,
I,
according to you're right. He must have
right,
been
late
a
edition.
late addition.
Yep. So he hasn't gotten time. Bergwijn, I think too. Like they have talent, and Memphis just for whatever reason gets to be the guy game in and game out. I don't quite understand it. I think I'm done underestimating Romania. I think they can get a goal. I think an over can hit. I think they can keep it close. I'd love to see it. On the flip side, is it fun for the tournament if the Netherlands come out and score 4 goals? Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. So this to me is maybe the most underrated match of this whole round.
I agree with all of those things that you're saying. And let's go to every hipster's wet dream: Austria versus Turkey. Um, both teams a lot of fun. Turkey have looked good. Turns out that Arda Güler kid pretty
Pretty
good,
good.
but Austria. When we talk all through this episode about managers I don't trust. I kind of trust the Austrian Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph Ragnick kind of knows what he's doing.
A little bit.
Puts his boys in a position. And it's a very like Jurgen Klopp just run at them for 90 minutes.
Yep.
Um, Austrian mighty line at -115 feels too good to be true.
Yep.
Um, I'm kind of bullish on this Austria team in the same way that I'm bullish on the Switzerland team, in the sense of are we gonna randomly catch an Austria Switzerland semifinal of this tournament? Because if you look at this side of the bracket and you told me which teams played the best through 3 games, those are the two best teams on that side of the bracket.
Yep.
Like the Netherlands got rocked by Austria, couldn't put them away, gave up 3 goals to them when no one expected that. Um,
Yep.
so that's where I'm at now. I will maybe consider both teams are scoring over 2.5 in this game as well. I think Turkey can get on the score sheet here.
Yeah, and I was going to say I'm not the biggest Vincenzo Montella fan, the manager of Turkey, but he's done a good job. He got them out of the group. He's starting the young kids. Not scared to do that. Um, this tournament experience for them has to be invaluable. So, um, solid on them, right? They've made it this far. I'm not counting them out, but Austria money line was my play as well, -115. I think they have a little more quality. They're a little more organized. And Arnautovic, man, I'm one of his biggest haters, but he has turned back the clock. He fucking holds up the ball so well. He makes intelligent runs. He occupies the defense in a way that like that classic striker does. I think they get it done in 90. I'm with you.
Yeah. Yep. All right, guys. That'll wrap it up for us today. I'll have Copa picks if you're looking for those. They'll be out there. They're out there. Horrible day yesterday. Tim Weah, you made the list. Greg Berhalter, you're top of the list.
Hey,
Um,
silver lining, man. If they crash out of the group stage here, Greggy has to be out.
yeah,
Has to be.
has to be. I'm gonna catch a lot of heat at work from all the USA haters. Even though I'm a Team USA hater right now, so it's fine. You can follow Nick at Nick Dianni. You can follow his podcast at Kicks Picks Pod. You can follow me at Andrew Passaro. You can follow the podcast at the Plus Money Pod. Let's have a great weekend, everybody. Let's watch some soccer. Let's have a great week next week when we're gonna have knockout Euros, knockout Copa. Ugh, it's all happening. I'm so excited. I'm definitely not burnt out from the season and totally seeing straight when I open up all of my sportsbook apps. That's definitely zero dizziness and why the hell am I doing this? But yeah, we're gonna have a great week. You guys have a great one. Best of luck. We'll catch you next time.